Have you ever wondered how we learn and why we behave the way we do? Why do we repeat some actions and avoid others? What drives us to make these choices? Behavioral learning theories might hold the answer. These theories delve into the mechanisms behind our actions. Imagine your brain is like a big lump of clay, ready to be shaped and molded. Every time you learn something new, it's like shaping that clay into a new form, creating new patterns and structures. These theories focus on how our experiences, especially with rewards and punishments, mold our behavior over time. It's not about what's happening inside our heads, thoughts or feelings. Instead, it's about observable actions. Behavioral learning theories focus on what we can see, our actions and reactions to different situations. Think about it. When you burn your hand on a hot stove, you quickly learn to avoid touching it again. This is a direct response to a painful experience. Similarly, when a kid gets a gold star for good work, they're more likely to work hard again, seeking that positive reinforcement. That's behavioral learning in action. It's all about the consequences of our actions. These theories are used in many ways, from training pets to helping people overcome fears and phobias, making them incredibly versatile. So, get ready to explore the fascinating world of behavioral learning theories. There's so much to discover and understand about how we learn and adapt. Behavioral learning theories explain how we learn through interactions with our environment. It's all about how our behaviors change based on the consequences that follow. These theories emphasize observable behavior, what we can see and measure, not thoughts or feelings. Learning through association, connecting events that happen together, and the power of rewards and punishments. These shape our future actions. There are two main types of behavioral learning: classical conditioning, which is learning by association, where we start to connect two things that happen together, and operant conditioning, which is learning through the consequences of our actions. Are we rewarded or punished? Let's explore these in more detail. Ever wonder why dogs get excited when they hear the dinner bell? That's classical conditioning. It's a fascinating process where a neutral stimulus, like a bell, becomes associated with a significant event, like feeding time. Ivan Pavlov, a Russian scientist, discovered this while studying digestion in dogs. His experiments were groundbreaking and changed the way we understand learning and behavior. Pavlov noticed that his dogs naturally salivated when they saw food. This salivation was an automatic, unlearned response. This was an unconditioned response, a natural reaction that didn't need to be taught. He then started ringing a bell, a neutral stimulus, right before feeding the dogs. Initially, the bell had no effect on the dogs. After repeating this process many times, Pavlov found that the dogs began to salivate at the sound of the bell alone, even without food present. This was a learned behavior. The bell had become a conditioned stimulus, triggering a conditioned response: salivation. This was a major discovery in the field of psychology. This showed that we can learn to associate two unrelated things if they happen together consistently. Pavlov's work laid the foundation for our understanding of associative learning and has had a lasting impact on both psychology and education. B.F. Skinner took behavioral learning a step further with operant conditioning, a groundbreaking theory in psychology. This theory focuses on how the consequences of our actions influence whether we'll repeat them. Essentially, it's about learning from the outcomes of our behavior. Skinner believed that behaviors followed by rewards are more likely to happen again, as positive reinforcement strengthens the behavior. Conversely, those followed by punishments are less likely to be repeated, as negative consequences weaken the behavior. He demonstrated this with his famous Skinner box experiments, which became a cornerstone in behavioral psychology. In these experiments, a rat in a box would accidentally press a lever and receive food, a reward. This accidental discovery led to intentional behavior. The rat quickly learned to associate pressing the lever with getting a treat and began pressing it intentionally, showcasing the power of reinforcement. This is called reinforcement, strengthening a behavior through positive outcomes, making it more likely to occur again. Skinner also explored punishment, showing how unpleasant consequences could decrease the likelihood of a behavior, effectively discouraging it. Operant conditioning highlights how our actions have consequences, and these consequences play a crucial role in shaping our future behavior. Ultimately, this theory underscores the importance of understanding how rewards and punishments can guide our choices and actions in everyday life.